Welcome to Overbooked and Underqualified. I am Liv.
I'm Sam.
She went with it. That was so good. Today, we're starting on a new book. Book number 2 in the, what is it?
Prison Healer series.
Is that what it's called?
I think so.
The Prison Healer. Then now we're on Gilded Cage.
Yup.
The Gilded Cage. And we have some opening notes for you guys.
Yeah.
So we're going to maybe start posting bi-weekly now that summer's here and we're crazy busy. But we're still here for you guys, our listeners. So don't worry. We're still...
Bringing out our sultry voice.
We're still going to be here doing recordings. But it might be bi-weekly now. So just hang tight with us.
Yeah, and we might start doing like full books for episodes rather than
Yeah, we're going to
breaking
keep
it up.
fluid on that.
Yeah, we're going to see what happens.
Yeah, we're going to keep you guys on your edge of your seats.
Yeah, we know that you're really, waiting
I have
patiently.
book updates.
Me too. You go
Okay,
first.
good. Okay, so I finished Just for the Summer finally.
Okay, yes.
It was good. I returned
Okay.
it back to Libby if you're interested in it. It was not what I was expecting, and I kind of got,
Okay.
emotional. I don't know what's wrong with me. But it was good. It was good. It was
Sam-
like a solid book.
Okay, I'm here for it. What'd you rate it?
I haven't rated it yet, but I think I'm, 4 stars.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I would say solid 4 stars. I really liked both characters.
Okay, which I feel like is a feat.
And I really liked the voice actors of both characters.
You mentioned that, so maybe I'm going to have to give her a whirl.
Yeah. So it's good. Anyways, now that my Spotify hours have renewed, I get to finish. I have an hour and a half left of Deadlands,
Yes.
which is book 3, and
Okay.
then I can move on and see if book 4 is worth it.
Okay.
So I'll keep
Has
you
book
updated
3
on
not
that.
been rocking your socks?
Well, I just haven't read it in a month because I needed
Okay.
to put
I
my
got
hours
you.
towards book club reads.
I got you. You don't have it on Libby right now?
What?
The Gilded Cage?
No.
Then somebody else does.
Well, let's hunt them down.
Yeah. Hey, are you listening to our podcast?
Hey!
You better be.
Sir!
We're in your county.
No, I don't have it.
I thought it was you.
I put a hold on the Blood Traitor, but somebody's got that too.
I didn't. It's not me. Damn it, she put a hold on it. No, I'm going to have to use my Spotify.
Well, it still says somebody's in front of me or something, and so
I
I might not
know.
even get it. Anyways,
Moving on.
Cassie, for her mini book club, her family started a book club.
Oh,
They
love.
read Divine Rivals, and I know you've read it, and you
Yeah.
were not a fan.
No, the first book was good.
Okay, because she said the first book was good, and I was like, well,
I ate the first book up. It was the
Okay.
second book that I struggle bust.
Okay, can you tell me why without spoiling it? Because I did put a hold on it as well.
I felt like the second book was a repeat of the first.
Okay.
And-
It's a duology,
It's a
right?
duology.
Like
It's done.
ends.
Yep. I also, that was right when you and I started our book club. So I got distracted with a lot of other books that didn't feel as repetitive. And also, it's YA.
I know.
We are reading books that were not YA.
I know.
And were extremely good. Like, I was reading that in Fourth Wing.
Oh, okay. I think I'm going to give it a shot, maybe.
If you want the
it's
hard
got
copies, I have both.
Okay. Well, I need books to listen to.
No. I know. I'm just saying, if you ever get the desire to read them, because they
I
are
won't be purchasing.
dual, like that one, the book is so pretty. The first
Divine
book
Rivals, the
is
first one?
so pretty. The second book,
It's like
leaves something
white
to desire.
instead of like the dark
Yes.
contrasty.
but it also felt very predictable in a way.
Okay.
It was really weird. It was a really cool concept. The second book, I think, could have been done better. But the first one was really, really good. And the ending of the first one, I was like gnawing my freaking fingernails off.
So
So,
that's my thought. That's all my updates. You go.
okay. I read the second book of the Salt and Sorrow, the House of Salt and Sorrow.
Is this a wives book? All those wives or sisters or some shit?
Sisters.
Okay, sisters.
So I read the second one of that, and it was like a house of...
It was a different character, right? No?
Yes.
Okay.
So it was like the House of Vines and something else.
Okay.
And it's the youngest sister's perspective of the 12. So it's been 10 or 11 years. She's 18, and in the first book she was 6, so it's been 12 years.
Okay.
Second book was so much better.
Really?
The
I
twists,
actually love when that happens.
the twists and turns were insane.
Okay.
I was so ill prepared
Okay.
for some of it. Some of it, though, very gruesome. Trigger warning on like weird baby stuff.
Like, what do you mean? Baby stuff.
I can't
Okay.
talk
okay.
about it, otherwise I'll be giving stuff away.
Okay.
There's infant death in it, so like if
Oh,
that's something
okay.
you can't do, don't read it. And at the end,
What the fuck are you reading?
I know. Okay, the reason I picked this series is because it said 12 cursed sisters, and I thought it was gonna be witchy woo woo and like weird fantasy that's like different fantasy. No, it was not.
It's really weird.
And I literally, there's like this thing at the end where you're like, oh my god. Like, I know that there's this twist, but the main character doesn't know that there's this twist.
Oh,
and you're
I
like,
hate that. I
I'm like
hate
panicking.
that.
I'm like panicking. I'm like, maybe it's not the twist. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's normal. And then at the end, something happens and you go, and the second book doesn't come out till later this year. The third book doesn't come out till later this year. I started another unfinished series on accident.
I love when the second book is better.
No, it was immensely better.
Because it's like, it just sucks. You lose me into it's like a hard DNF, I feel like, when the first book is really good and it's just like the second one doesn't have it.
The first one, I kept feeling like the plot was getting lost, and we were like, there's 12 sisters, 8 of them are alive.
Too much happening.
We're jumping through all of these names, and there's like there's a set of triplets and then a set of twins, and one set of twins is called the Graces. Mm-hmm. It's just confusing. Mm-hmm. Where the second book was so much better. Like, I actually am so upset that the third isn't out. Mm-hmm. And now I started another book called The Three Dark Crowns.
Oh, I saw that on your Goodreads. I was like, I can't believe she wants to do that after the Two Twisted Crowns disaster. I mean, that's just too close for comfort.
It is. First 75% of that book, hot garbage. Nothing happened. But then at the end, it made me have to start the second book.
Oh, okay. I actually like that too.
So it's like there's an island, and it's queens, obviously. And each queen has a set of triplets. And then once the triplets are born, the queen leaves and it's not raining anymore. And then those 3 sisters are either a poisoner, an elemental, or a naturalist. And only one can have succession, and then that one sister has to kill the other 2. And they don't grow up together. When they're 6, they get separated, and they go to like host families to learn how to use their skills. And then they have this like...
Wow.
Yeah, and then they have this like
that
thing...
sounds pretty good.
It's, again, the first 75% of this book, I'm like... Boy.
Get on with it, like all this training and stuff, or what?
There's like training, but also a lot of hemming and hawing, and also one of the worst male characters and female characters. He cheats on her twice, and she gets back with him 3 times. And it's like, not here for it. But the rest of it, the queens, I'm like very interested in. And then there was a huge twist. A love interest kills another love interest. And I was not, like, I'm, driving and, kind of paying attention. All of a sudden they're like, and then so-and-so did this to so-and-so. And I was like,
whoa, wait a minute, back that shit up.
You're saying the name's wrong, because it was not that one. It's just insane. It was insane.
Okay, I'm glad you've been finding some good ones. Where are you finding them, on TikTok
Libby.
Or what? You just look on Libby?
I just look at the fantasy available now. And I read some descriptions, look a little on Goodreads to see what their scores are, and I send it.
I like it.
And that's how you get weird-ass books.
I like it. I like switching it up.
Yeah, it's been very interesting.
It's not fun to put a hold on a book, and it's like several months.
Dude, I know. I'm still waiting on Sunrise and Reaping. I think I'm at like 19 weeks.
I'm still waiting on Never Lie. And some other ones.
Oh, and then one other thing. Have you heard about what is it? It's like Carl Dungeon Crawler.
No.
Okay, well, it's like a Brandon Sanderson book. He writes Red Rising. And I guess people are going like crazy for it.
What?
Yeah. It's like, and I'm butchering the name. I know I'm butchering the name, but it's something dungeon crawler.
Okay.
And I'm like very interested
Now
because
I'm interested,
I heard it's a
too.
very boy book.
Okay.
Like boys are like giggling and squealing for it like we are for Akatar.
Okay. I'd love to see a boy giggling and
But
squealing.
Alex hasn't read it,
No, I honestly don't trust his
which you
opinion.
shouldn't.
He's kind of like, he's on my list.
He's on my list too.
He's on my list.
Why did my sister-in-law marry him?
I don't know. We need to have a talk with her.
I try every week.
It just goes nowhere.
If you leave him, we will pick you, is what I tell her. And she never does it.
Never.
And I tell him, I said, you could just leave him just for his book preferences.
I got an idea for our next books, but I was going to say I'm kind of over YA.
I'm ready to move off of YA too.
I really like the series so far, but
Yeah.
like, I don't know why. I just need like a good, and then that's the only thing about Just for the Summer. It didn't, like, there was really like smut.
Okay.
It was kind of like, and then they.
And then it faded to black. And you're like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, like a little bit more, but like
Yeah,
no
you're like,
no
leave the lights
details.
on.
No details.
What hole's getting used?
Which sometimes I really like that, and other times like I kind of needed it because
And
now
it's-
I'm like got nothing going on.
It's been a while since I feel like you and I have, oh, well, I guess the last letter. But I want fairy smut. I want fantasy smut. I don't want love story smut. Does that make sense? I want them to be fucking in the air.
I can do either at this point. I'll take whatever. So I think my next listen's gotta have some.
I'm game to switch it up too for book club. I don't know if we have our next book planned out. We made a list, guys. We broke it
We have
down.
a list. I have a list.
We've got her planned out. I don't think it's this book, but
Oh yeah, I forgot we planned that out. Okay, my book's not in there.
it's fine. But we still have some empty
Oh
slots.
yeah, we have empty slots. We have empty slots.
plan
so
is-
nobody panic.
I think our plan doesn't start till September.
Yeah.
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 And I know you guys have been waiting. We are going to do a full recap of Akatar.
Yeah, we are. I think
Hell
that
yeah.
Cassie will be pumped we're gonna do that.
Woo, Cassie, #1 fan.
She's probably not even gonna listen to this episode because she said she's sick of YA too. She's
And of course, she just read The Divine Rival.
She's a huge smut reader.
She's a
though.
smutter.
Yeah, like some people are like. Speaking of, I just saw, and then we'll get into it, a reel about Alex Astor's Stormside.
Starside.
Stormside's the second one. It has like a 19-page romance. They called it a
That's
romance
too
scene.
much.
And I'm like, well, I kind of want to just know, like, is the whole thing sex?
So
or is
she
that
went
like
from-
foreplay
But
and
that just makes me think of Light Lark. And the only thing that Grimm and What's-It had Isla had to go back to was sex. And it makes me not interested. I'm still not over.
No, I know. I'm just curious because I've been seeing.
What
a
was
lot
it,
on-
Crown Tide? The book.
We'll see. We'll see. I might get around to reading it. We'll see.
Okay, let's jump in. You kick her off.
Okay, so we have the prologue, right?
Yes.
So Prison Healer ended up where we found out that Tilda was her mom, and she's the rebel princess, and she breaks out with Jaren and Nari, okay?
And Tip.
End scene. Prologue is from the mom point of view, so Tilda's point of view, and they're running. They're running. She's got the 2 kids with her.
Yep.
And she basically, long story short, wants vengeance for her son that died.
And Kiva and I always blank on what his name. Farron.
Yes.
Which, sorry, I'm getting alchemized flashbacks.
Yes. So she's whatever. They're on the run. They get to this rebel leader camp thing, and she's like, I'm ready to freaking do stuff.
I was really surprised that they weren't in league already with the rebels. She's the
Me
rebel
too.
princess.
Yeah, that's a really good
And
thing
the
to
whole
bring up.
fact that that's the reason they came for Farron was because he was alleged to be working with a rebel.
I thought there was more to that story,
I
but it
thought there
sounds
would
like
be too.
So I can't remember his name, but the cloaked stranger in the market when his dad and the wife were seen together, Tilda, was this one guy who was the leader of,
Yeah.
which I'm like, you dumb bitch, why would you approach them in the middle of the market? Like, something just seems up there.
I agree.
But anyway, so that's pretty much all we get. There is a map, which I started listening to this
Yes.
book, and then I always go back.
On the Kindle, yeah.
And there's a map. So I checked that bad boy out. Nothing too crazy, but...
It's all pretty connected. It kind of just, everything flows into one. I appreciated seeing it, but it didn't do, like, a ton for me.
And then we jump to 10 years later.
Yes.
You take it away. 10 years later, what's happening?
Chapter 1, Kiva is at the training academy.
Yes.
And they're, like, looking at a body. And the teacher's, like, asking all of these questions. And there's a bunch of healers there. And I just feel like you get the whole vibe that, like, Kiva's finally like, I'm at home. Like, this is a peaceful ass place. I'm learning the things I want to learn. Like, it's such a privilege. And then we find out that the teacher knows her dad. That he never actually went there, but he was such a good healer that, like,
He was a lurker.
Yeah, he was a lurker. A classroom lurker.
Sounds horrible, but yes.
It does. So yeah, we kind of like are starting to get more backstory and realizing that like their family was well known.
Yeah, and so the thing is called Silverthorn.
Yes.
And the main healer, she's like, I knew your dad, la 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 la. Offers her a position there. She's like, you want to come here? And in Kiva's head, she's like, no, I can't because I have this mission. Like, she's still just set on this mission of taking over the kingdom, taking over their crown, like getting... I don't even know if she really thinks it's revenge. I think it's like in her head, she's just like, I have to choose my family at this point.
She's very deadlocked throughout this whole first part of the book, being like, I don't have a choice to do anything else because my family wants to do this and I'm with them.
Yeah. And she, like, it pans to a scene of her and Jaren flirting it up, and they're in regular street clothes. They're adjusting to their regular life. And I appreciated that we didn't have them. We skipped the part where they
were like healing.
they're healing weeks in the mountains and the traveling. Like, they're kind of just like, yep, they got to know each other. They traveled back. Like, life's getting adjusted. Like, we didn't need to know that.
It was really nice to not do like the adjustment period.
Yeah.
Where, yeah, I agree. It was so nice to just like, we're jumping to the story. We're not doing these back filler pages.
But I also like that the author took pieces, like almost memories from that time. Like,
yes, we're still getting the information without spending the weeks there where they're moseying around the castle.
Yeah, like he picked her favorite flowers for her there, and just like little things like that. And she got to know Cal and Mirren. Yeah. Because they were at the Winter Palace too.
And Tip got to know, no, the little boy wasn't there.
No. So they're kind of like, okay, great. Like, we all know each other, life's good, we're adjusted.
And I was going to say, they're adjusted to normal living outside of the prison.
Yeah.
Before we, like, jump into this new book, which also, I really appreciated not being like, I was starving myself every day because I haven't eaten like this in years. And, like, shit like that. I was very happy to be done.
Yes. And then chapter 2, they're, she's kind of like trying to see the city.
Yeah.
She's,
there's a festival going on right now.
There's a festival happening. Tip and Ori are getting along super well, which is the little brother of Jaren.
Which Jaren called it from the get-go, that they were going to be like BFFs. And I did really appreciate these scenes. I just thought they were so sweet and wholesome.
I just put, like, life's good here with them. Like, everybody's getting along. She's in this beautiful city. She's at her dream academy.
Tip is, like, exceeding. He's going to school.
He's gained weight.
Yes.
Life is good.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
And then they go to this festival. They have this demonstration of magic, which his mom, the queen, puts on.
Yes, and we kind of learn more about magic, that it's tied to your energy levels as like a person too. So the more tired you are, the not as good as your magic's gonna be. And we kind of learn more too that when he saved her from the trials, he was so run down at that point. That's why it took so long to save her. And we just kind of get more backstory and info on how the magic works, because I feel like we didn't get like any of that in the first book.
And he's kind of just trying to earn her trust back, which I think is so ironic.
I know.
She's just
a liar.
She is. She's lying a lot about stuff. And Yeah, we learn the depths of their magic, and then all of a sudden they're traveling back, and Kiva gets kidnapped at the end of this chapter.
Yeah,
Her
and
head
I
gets
was
banned.
yeah, and she gets a cloth put over her nose. Chloroform that
And
bitch.
she's really smart, and she doesn't breathe it in, and then that's why she has to get knocked out.
Yeah, I also like I knew that this was the rebels. And it's like they're crazy for this. Just snatching her, treating her like shit. Ooh, I was pissed.
Yeah. Do you have anything more in chapter 2, or can we
No.
skip ahead? So chapter 3, then she awakes, she hears people talking, and deep breath.
And okay, my other thing too is like she isn't thinking that these people are rebels right off the bat. She was thinking that they were like.
She does have a head injury. So.
But I was just kind of like, girlfriend, who else would they be? Like, come on.
Oh, I wasn't thinking that. I feel like I don't know. She's been hanging out with the royals. It could be anyone.
Fair. Okay, anyways.
She's got
deep fucking breath.
Deep fucking breath. Her sister shows up,
Ooh.
Zulika, and she is, for lack of a better term, a total fucking bitch.
For no reason.
For literally no reason.
I literally have, this is pissing me off. She's talking about how she's been gone for 10 years and she doesn't know who she is.
And she's just been she gets to sit in the prison.
And do what she wants.
And just has been sitting around being selfish.
Yeah.
Like, I literally want, and like, is not sorry at all that she like got put out this way, doesn't try to make her feel better, like leaves her tied up because she's like, well, whose side are you really on? And
we don't trust you.
And
like,
like, basically calls her a slut and is like, you've been rolling around in the prince's bed sheets and all this shit. And I'm like, you fucking bitch.
No, and then she's like, I don't even know what's her fucking name.
Zulika,
okay, is all mad because Tilda chose to go to the prison, and that's, of course, Kiva's fault, that Tilda chose to go there and chose to rescue her. And she's telling Kiva that she thinks that she's a spy and that they can't be trusted, which also pissed me off because if you thought that Kiva was on the other side, why have you been writing her these notes that we're coming?
Yeah, I know. It's so stupid.
Was it just because mom wanted to? Was mom writing the notes?
Yeah, I don't know. She's just was horrible to
she was
her. Like,
horrible.
Not even redeemable horrible at this point.
It's one thing to be like, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. We're going to keep you tied up because I'm a little nervous. Don't know really where you're standing.
She outright just assaults her with just and verbal insults.
Yeah, like you said, a bitch the entire time for no reason. And Kiva's literally like, I'm with you. I was so mad.
It hasn't, and she doesn't. We'll get to this later, but I feel like just doesn't stick up for herself at all.
Kiva, I don't think so either.
Not enough, maybe a little bit. But then her brother comes in, and then they have this nice reunite thing, and that's what she wanted.
Yeah, and that's
pictured.
What she assumed was going to happen, because why else would it be anything else? And he unties her and is like hugging her, and we do get a little more backstory. I don't know if it's in this chapter or later on, that they were much closer than she was with her sister.
Yes.
And Tor, the brother, is like pissed at Zulika for doing this, and
he's also hot,
really hot.
I want to see his back. Well, they talk about his back muscles.
No, you just crack me up. I love it.
Okay, anyways. And then they're like, oh shit, we gotta run. Like, we gotta.
The guard's on her ass, basically.
Yeah,
the royal guard's coming.
They're gonna come see. They basically plan to talk to her quick and then leave. Which, okay, so now I'm like thinking about it. So Zulika was all like, well, you haven't even tried to come see us in the past 3 days.
Yeah, and my other thing too was...
But then when she does eventually go see them, she's like, why would you come here and...
risk being seen?
So I'm like, what did you want her to do?
I wonder if Zulika kind of thought she gets out of prison, she's immediately coming with us and staying with us, and not necessarily shacking up with the prince. Because how many weeks was she in the mountains? 2?
Maybe,
3?
Yeah, a couple weeks.
So maybe Zulika's pissed off about the fact that, like,
maybe?
she never... No, it was a week or 2 at least.
Okay.
Maybe she's pissed off because I would assume that Kiva's been out for a month. and there's been nothing. And then she finally gets to the place that's close enough to where they know she knows where Tor and Zulika are and didn't immediately come. So I can understand that not trusting, but it's insane to be so fucking crazy when you see your sister for the first time in 10 years.
Yeah.
I was not impressed. I was so pissed off.
And then Tor leaves to go whatever, and Zulika's like, fuck his plan. We're gonna actually knock you out. And she, like, takes her dagger and just smokes her head again. And so she wakes up in chapter 4. Well, and before she knocks her out, like, basically the group plan is for her to spy.
Yep.
And stay in the
She can
palace.
be a double agent. And then we also find out that Zulika is leaving men to die. Leaving men there to die on purpose.
And Tor also doesn't seem to know about that.
No, I would agree. Doesn't know about that. And it was a horrible chapter.
And honestly, I don't know how you felt throughout this whole thing. I think I'm still kind of on that whole train where it's like almost felt like alchemized in the sense of like, I don't know what team I'm on here.
At this point, yes.
Like, that's how I was feeling. Because I'm like, okay, I really am having a hard time getting behind the rebels here.
Yeah, because I'm also...
I'm
from
still
what I'm
pissed from
hearing,
book 1.
Yes, from what I'm hearing about the royals, I'm not interested. But from what I'm hearing about the rebels as well, I'm still not interested.
My thoughts change a little later.
I agree. I'm curious to see if they are the same.
Me too. Okay, then she gets knocked out. Chapter 4, Calden.
I am in love with him.
Have you listened?
No, I read the majority of it.
Oh my gosh, he has an accent.
Is it good?
It's so good, and it fits him so well.
Okay, I've listened, but it's been very light-handedly of Calden. So I get and I knew he had an accent, but didn't really know what type. Like this chapter, it's mostly just him and Kiva. So this would have been a good chapter to listen to.
I love him. He's like a Carrion Swift.
Carrion Swift, a Riddock. Like, he is so good.
He's just a shameless flirt. He calls her sweet cheeks and sunshine. He finds her, and he's just like, they're just having this hilarious scene.
Back and forth. It was so good.
And then he says, okay, I'm going to give you this, but don't stab me, ha ha ha. And she accidentally stabs him.
Yep.
Like, intensely stabs him.
So, like, she wakes up, and he's there, and he's saving her, and he's, like, taken out umpteen amount of men to get to her already.
Yeah.
They're trying to break out, but yeah, the stabbing part was so good. I was scared at first because these scary men are chasing after her and basically insinuating that they're going to sexually assault her. And then, yeah, she freaks out and he literally goes, the one thing I told you not to do was stab me. He goes, you ruined my shirt.
Good. And at this point, I'm really liking the pace of this book. I mean, my complaint from the prison healer was how slow it was. And I'm really liking that we're kind of just getting into it.
I feel like this book is moving much faster.
But if it didn't, I mean, like, okay.
What else would we be
Palace
doing?
life, we're just hanging out. Like, I'm glad it's...
I agree. I think that the pace has been really good, and they're providing us with, like, solid information throughout the entire thing.
Yes. And then she starts to feel, all of a sudden, her power glow.
Yes. When she stabs him, because she, like, reaches for it, and her fingertips are starting to glow.
Yeah, so we're getting a hint of her magic coming through. Then chapter 5 happens, and she meets... Calden brings her back to the palace, and she meets Queen Ariana. And she's extremely nice.
She's super nervous to meet her because she hasn't yet, and she doesn't know what to expect. But like you said, she's super nice. Kiva comes up there. She immediately calls for a healer. And she's like, I've got fresh bread. What do you need? Water. And, like... Tip is in there, passed out on the couch, and she's like, the queen, like, brushes his hair and was like, I couldn't bear to send him to his room because he was waiting for you.
And she says a number of times, like, it felt genuine. Like, she's genuinely very nice, and this was just, like, really wild to me. And Cal really likes her. Like, they have all this banter. And I was just so surprised because all we knew was that she abused him.
Yeah, she abused Jaren. And that's the other thing. Jaren loves his family, including his mother, including his father.
Like, I did not think it was going to go that way.
Me either. I thought she was going to be, like, conniving.
Yes.
But then, yeah, it was really weird. It was not what I was expecting.
So then for two, my mind kind of went two ways. I'm like, either she's like faking
Fake.
it and hiding something, or, and then my other thought was, and I'm like, if she's genuinely nice, and I'm like, I don't know about the king at this point, but again, like points against the rebels,
Yeah.
because what's going on here?
I was thinking the same thing when she was nice. And I did write, I'm like, maybe it's a facade.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we don't know.
We
We've
don't know.
heard bad things. The rebels are obviously have cause to be rebels, I would assume. Mm-hmm. And then the healer gets called in immediately starts flirting with her. It's so good. And the healer is like
so good.
not interested. Like, back up, bubby. It was so good.
So we
Loved
get
it.
introduced to Ress, and I feel like they made such a big deal out of her that I was like, I think she's definitely going to come back.
Yeah, I agree. I thought that I was really liking her interactions there. A solid healer. I really liked her like banter with Kiva in this chapter too, just kind of going back and forth, chit-chatting a little. I appreciated it.
Jaren gets back. He's just distraught about
Yeah.
her, feels horrible, and then she falls asleep on the couch. No. This is a different scene. He brings her back to her room eventually, and that's pretty much the end of it. She's like healing.
And at this point, too, the captain of the guard comes in with her. And I was like, I literally wrote, I'm surprised that the captain doesn't remember her. Because in the scene where they arrest Farron and they accidentally kill her little brother, he was very upset about it. I would assume that I don't remember her last name, her fake one or her real one. I would assume that a lot of people don't have that name.
Meriden?
Yeah. So I was like really surprised that he didn't remember her.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was just something I took note of. Didn't really know what was going on. I thought it seemed fishy.
Yeah. Kind of weird.
Yeah.
Then chapter 6 comes and Cal decides he wants to train her.
Yeah.
So they start training lessons.
After being stabbed, he's like, you need to know how to use these.
So they start training. And she's just like drooling over Jaren in the training room.
Because he's shirtless and he's fighting and he's sweaty.
And so at this point too, I wasn't sure where her character was gonna go when we finished the first book. Like I felt a bit like,
you thought she was gonna betray.
You? Yeah, like I fully thought like there was a possibility that she would be like this completely different person, like almost like more badass, less like less nice.
I know what you mean. Yeah, she just she's knows what her title is and she's running with it. Kind of thing.
Like she's here for fucking business.
There's no in between of her being a spy. Like she was gonna be a spy.
And she's very much.
She's having
on both sides.
Yeah, she's having a rough ass time.
So she's really trying. Like her feelings for Jaren are very real. So I thought that was really interesting too.
I did too.
Her hands start glowing again.
Yeah, who got hurt?
She accidentally fixes Cal a little bit.
Yes, because she checks his wound because he's complaining about it. And then he's like, it already feels better from whatever you did. And I literally wrote, and I'm like, how long before her magic, like, outs itself?
And I'm like, I can't believe this is happening now and hasn't in the past 10 years.
And I was kind of wondering if it was like the suppression of it. She just got used to it. And then when she used it on Tip in such an aggressive way.
Yeah, that's a good thought process.
And they kind of explain too that like later on in this book that the more you use your magic, the stronger it gets. So I was kind of like, the huge thing with Tip probably strengthened it. And now it's like, knock, 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 I'm here.
Yeah, you're probably 100% right. And at this point, too, like, it's clear she has a lot of choices, a lot of freedoms.
She's not being followed by guards through the whole palace.
And then we find out about Cal's kind of sad backstory.
Of course, he's got a gut-wrenching backstory.
It's literally like Carrion.
Yeah, it is. Both of his parents die and because they were like shipped out to go do like practice training with because they're the leader of the armadas and the armies. And they were sailing somewhere and they both died. And now he's like pushing his sister away.
Because they were pretty young when it happened.
Yeah.
And they kind of got thrust into these roles that they weren't ready for.
And now he avoids her at all costs. And it's really sad.
And I don't know. Kiva kind of learns some information here. So she learns that the rebels have been hostile. And Jaren was kind of saying that they've been killing and just causing damage to those who didn't join them, all this stuff. Or no, this was Cal saying it, because that's why, I don't remember if it was Jaren or, no, it had to have been Jaren. Jaren was saying it because she was telling him about Cal's history, and that's when Ash stepped in.
Yes.
Was when the rebels were like at their peak of
That's
just like causing
mayhem,
shit.
but she figured it out and got it under control.
Yeah, because she kind of had, that was her first like, I need to step in and
Yeah,
do
that's
something
what
because everything was a mess.
Because Kaladin was originally supposed to take over the armies, but he refused to do it, and that's when she stepped in because someone had to.
Yes. And we learned that the rebels just had all these years of growing their numbers, all these things, and Jaren
sowing
says
unrest.
that like Ash basically was protecting the rebels from themselves even and others. Like their goal is just to, take care of their
Just
people.
creating mayhem at this point. At least from the royals' perspective,
Yes.
the rebels are just causing mayhem that seem to have no goals.
Yes. And it's just like there's this talk of Cal kind of suppressing all of his emotions and just always making everyone laugh. And there's just like the talk of when people are depressed or whatever, like sometimes those are the people who can kind of read
Make
the
everybody
room
else yes
the best. And yeah, so it was
100%.
kind of we got all this info on them. And so now I'm like, well, I really freaking like these people.
I know, and I was like upset because I already liked Kaladin, and
Yeah.
now he's got this deep, meaningful backstory, and I'm like, talk to your sister. I need you to.
Kiva should just switch to Cal and hop on him. Like the one dark window theory. Anyway, so at the end of this chapter, Kiva finds out that they meet with the council underground.
Yes.
And so she's like gonna sneak in on that.
Yeah.
So then chapter 7 happens.
Yes, and then she goes to was it brunch with the queen
Yes.
and
This is so weird.
yes, she gets invited to brunch with the mom and the sister.
Yeah.
So, and we find out, I literally wrote here, I'm like, do we think it's a facade? The queen is being so nice. Like, take a seat here, we're talking
Like,
about this,
over
that,
the
and
top
this.
nice.
Yeah.
But Kiva keeps saying it's genuine.
And
so
she's
I'm
like asking genuine questions. And then we find out that, what's her name, the princess? Mirren.
Mirren. Is it Mirren or... No, it's Mirren and then a city is Mirvin.
Yes, it's Mirren.
Which is... What the...
I don't know. And her girlfriend broke up.
Yes, the girlfriend that they were talking about in book
Yes,
1.
and she's devastated. But then we jump into the planning of her birthday that's coming up, and it's this big, spectacular ball. And Kiva's kind of like, do I need to be here for this?
Yeah.
What's going on?
So real. I'd be like, get me out of this. So, I don't know how you feel. I feel like there's a lot more to this breakup.
Oh, yeah, because why are we bringing it up? Part of me, okay, we find out.
I have a theory.
I do too. Do we want to talk about him now or later?
The sister of...
Yes! Yes!
Yes!
Yes!
Okay! The sister of the Navok?
Yes!
Or King
the sketchy ass kingdom that's like
Yes.
plotting stuff. 100%. And now she's engaged to somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
We're on to ya.
We're
I
on
love
to
it.
you.
We finally have a similar
I know.
prediction. This will be fun. Now we're in on it together.
Together. And if we fail, we fail together.
Yeah. And we can be like, no, you're wrong. Rewrite the book.
We'll write a strongly worded letter to the author.
And then the sweet 2 boys run in. They're happy.
Oh.
Jaren's so cute. They're giving the girls flowers. Like,
Yes.
they're just having this cute little palace life. And then Phlox gets introduced.
And he's obsessed with Jaren.
He's like this fluffy little raccoon
Your dream.
fox thing. Yeah, I know. I'm like, so cute. And yeah, he's obsessed with Jaren. Like, Jaren is just like the perfect prince.
Jaren is so good.
He's the best.
He is. He is such a good MMC. He's so wholesome in
He
every
is.
single way.
That's a perfect word because he is just wholesome.
And I also am like obsessed. I have a weird connection to Tip. I love him just like running around with Oren, having like a regular little childhood.
I know, it's so good.
Oren, he gets all nervous when he gives Kiva the flower because he's got a crush on her 100%. And he's like, Kiko. Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah, it is. And then they're having this family discussion, and they disagree on letting Kiva and Tip watch this event that they're gonna do. And whatever. And then Jaren makes this big scene and is like, I trust them both, they're coming.
What's that, this one?
Yeah. And kind of shuts them down.
Okay, yeah.
And then chapter 8 is when they do this basically family magic scene. They like let their magic out, and
But they have to go all the way underneath the castle. And this is kind of when we learn too that Kiva's like, there's no way to get in and out of this castle that's not monitored, that would be easy. Because she's thinking from her spy perspective of like, what information can I provide? And it's literally zero. Yeah, they get to this like underground
it sounds
dungeon.
so cheesy that they do this like family magic show. It wasn't that cheesy.
No, it wasn't, but I know what you mean. Like, I'm like, why do we need
like,
everybody?
And like Jaren's kind of hovering in the air, which sounds like a huge ick, but it wasn't while you were reading.
It does sound like
But we find out like this magnitude of his
power.
Like he literally like at one point snuffs out all the oxygen in the room and they all suffocate.
Yeah.
And then
But now I'm just picturing him floating like
me
a star
too,
in the middle of the room.
Huzzah! Watcha, watcha!
Have you ever seen Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yeah, no.
You
No,
haven't?
I keep thinking you're gonna say regular Avatar.
No, I'm not talking about the blue people.
No, moving on.
Well, he like flies around in a little bubble, and it's really like thinking about an adult man that I kind of have a crush on doing it. Not into it.
And then she just like makes a point to be like, knows that she can trust him. He checks in with her afterwards.
Yes.
Tip's like got stars in his eyes over Jaren after seeing this whole thing.
And like Kiva kind of comes to this realization of like, the rebels are screwed. There's no fucking way.
And she keeps saying like, I have this role to play. I can't let my family down. And all this stuff. And I'm like, they literally suck. Your family literally sucks. Like, Tor's good. I'm gonna hop on his back. He's good. But other than that, I'm kind of like, why are you even...
What's the question here? Like, your dad's dead, your mom is dead, your sister treated you like a bitch. Like, I don't understand.
You literally have the opportunity to follow your dreams. You have this perfect life.
But I also understand being scared because if they find out about her healing magic, they'll know...
That's true.
That she's related to this line, and what does that mean for her?
That and just like working towards something for 10 years, like...
Yeah, and she also...
I suppose that's not easy to just give up.
She also hasn't been with her family since she was, what, 6, is it? So it is it's easy for us from the outside in. We're like, just dump the family!
Dump the family and live this palace life!
Anyway. Get screwed by the prince with corded arms.
Roll in his bed sheet.
Because you know they're silk, too.
Oh, love that.
Love a silk pillowcase.
Have you ever had a silk bed sheets, though? Those things do not stay
No,
put.
my old boss used to tell me that her daughter had them. And whenever she slept in her bed when she was gone, she'd literally slide off.
No, literally, oh my gosh.
She said that she had the silk pillowcases on silk sheets.
That's what I had.
And that the pillows just go...
Yeah, you feel like you're just...
Slipping, sliding. It's a slip and slide in bed. You just wake up on the floor sometimes stunned. You're like...
Well, like, it slips off, so then you end up, like, in a sheet tuck. Oh.
It's my worst fucking nightmare. My mom, their extra bedroom. It's the worst. Tony, if you're listening, I hate your extra bedroom. She gets the worst sheets in there. It gets so fucking hot. Me and Sam were like, in the middle of the night, dying. There's no fan in there. And then they get up and they open the garage door and the garage is right there. It's like, so you're just like, finally fall asleep and you're, it's horrible. Don't sleep in my mom's extra bedroom.
I'm note taken. Anyway, so then chapter 9, she she kind of takes note of where the underground meeting is going to be. So she kind of sneaks into these tunnels. She finds this unguarded escape route.
Yeah, and she's kind of like hemming and hawing on if she should see if she can like eavesdrop to the meeting.
There was a fuzzy floating.
Scoping it out. And then, yeah, she finds... What?
Nothing. Just watch this episode when it comes out.
I'm scared.
No, it's fine. Anyways, she's whatever. She's sussing it out. There's not much happening in chapter 9.
No,
Chapter 10 happens, and then this is where she gets into the room.
Yes.
And she's kind of like snooping about, and I'm like, oh god, this is not gonna
end well, because she finds a cupboard that's small but big enough.
And then all of a sudden she hears voices, and she's like, shit.
And then she shoves herself in the cupboard.
Yeah. And they all come in, and they're already arguing.
Yeah,
so
they're
Jaren
already pissed off.
and his council are arguing. They're mad about everything. They're mostly upset about Tip and Kiva, like, letting prisoners in. And they're like, you can't trust them. And I'm like, well, he's got a point. They can't really trust them. I mean, Tip's innocent.
Yeah. And then Jaren, the mighty man that he is basically like, I'm not going to control her life. This is the first time that she's been free, and I want her to pick what she wants to pick, and hopefully that's me. I'm not making her feel like she's trapped here. And I was like, go Jaren.
Oh my gosh, he defends her so poetically well.
He does. It's beautiful. Literally, I would have burst out of that cabinet and taken him on the table in front of his council members.
This is it.
Boom! Yeah. Just immediately rips open the corset.
Butt cheeks.
You old men don't want to see this? Skitter.
You and skittering. So yeah, then he just is really defending them and whatever. And then they kind of jump into a little bit. We find out that he already kind of knows about her history. And he also defends her dad. And was like, well, he was suspected.
Yeah.
There was never any proof. So
And he was like, how unfair that she got sent to the prison with him for nothing and didn't get released when he died.
And same with Tip. He's like,
Yeah.
we should not be, why are we sending kids into a death prison?
Yeah,
and so
he's like,
it's clear that he wants
he's
things
fighting
changed.
for reform.
Yeah.
Which, love to hear that.
And then we find out too that Varys does recognize her.
Yes. See, and that's what I was like, it's weird to me that he doesn't remember her. And he talks about how Varys remembers her, and there's like not a day that goes by where he doesn't have like nightmares about this event.
And at this point, I'm like, I cannot get a read on him.
Varys?
Like, I'm like, in the first book, he was painted as just like this bad person. And so now I'm like,
Very like black and white. I'm doing what the bidding is. But now it's like he has emotions and he's...
Yeah. So that was kind of whatever. And then another thing that he's doing is he's trying to get Rook in... Whatever, to pay for his crimes.
Yes. And this is, again, we knew this in the first book, that Rook reports to all of the kingdoms and not just the one. So whatever they decree doesn't matter if the other kingdoms don't back him up.
So do we think he's going to come back and have another villainous arc?
I definitely think he's going to come back. I don't know what capacity. I don't think it's going to be like he's the main villain. I feel like they're ramping up for Merivin to be the main villain.
Yeah, me too. That's how I'm feeling too. They're talking about a lot of things here. They're talking about this other guard, Adrian, who kind of was the one who was supposed to go into
the one that broke his
prison.
leg.
He broke his leg. And we find out that the Viper and the Jackal, which is her sister and brother, two of his spies, Adrian's spies, turned up dead. And he took it really freaking hard and all this stuff. And that they basically suspect there's a bunch of spies among the royals as well.
Yep.
I think that Adrian has a way bigger part and is going to be in the second half of this book.
I agree. And then they're also talking about how the rebels won't be able to take the throne anyways because of the royal turnery.
Yeah, they make a big deal
And we've
about that.
never heard about this. We don't know what that means. They don't go into any more detail about what that is in this chapter either.
Which, when they're when she's telling her siblings about this in the future a little bit, I was really surprised with how aggressive the rebels have been and how long they've been at it. I mean, 10 plus years.
And they don't know about this.
Yes.
Because
That
wouldn't there just
really
be like
bothered me. What's their plan?
And I guess, I don't know if it's like showing your hand, but don't you think that the royals would be like, you literally can't do this without this. And you don't know how to do this. So, or is that like showing your hand, do you think?
I don't know, but either way, I'm like, what was your plan? Just come in and stab everyone
Yeah,
and
just
just
kill
be like,
everybody.
it's ours?
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
know.
Like, I was kind of like, rebels. What are you doing?
Let's redefine what rebels are.
Maybe they just thought they could get enough people to stand against. Like,
Maybe. Maybe there was like a thought process of, if everybody's done supporting the king and queen, we can move on.
yeah.
Move to something else.
So they basically say, like, we're not worried about that.
Yes.
And they kind of know about this rebel meeting place. Jaren's being kind of secretive about it. And then, yeah, definitely Miravan is up to
Yes.
something.
So this is where my theory came up. I would assume the same for you.
Yes.
We're talking about Miravan. They're talking about how they're being like sus as shit.
Like, basically, they've always been evil.
They've always been on the brink of launching an attack. But right now it's even weirder because they just like
King
his-
Navik dies.
yes.
No. Yeah. The dad dies and the evil kid son takes over and
he immediately marries off his sister.
to somebody who doesn't politically make sense was what I gathered.
I would agree that it was someone that they're like, why did he pick him?
Which makes them even more worried because they
Because-
just don't understand it.
Because this kid is evil and is making plans, so he wouldn't just pick some rando ass person to marry his
Yeah,
sister.
so they're feeling like, what are we missing?
Yeah.
Which is, I get even scarier.
And I feel like that's why they mentioned Miran's breakup. Because I'm like, this has to be.
I know, it just feels too weird that it got brought up in both books. Anyways, also, whenever they say Wonderall, I was like here, literally in my head, like, you're my Wonderwall.
I don't know what song that is.
Okay, well, viewers, let me know what you think of that.
It's okay if you don't know what that is.
Anyways, at the end, so like over in my head, I'm like, who came up with these freaking names? First Miravan and Miran. Like, what are we doing here?
It's rude, honestly.
Separate, yes, here. And then at the end of this chapter, she's feeling super guilty about talking about this to her siblings. Like, she doesn't even know if she's gonna, but she keeps trying to convince herself.
That, like, this is what she's in the palace for.
But she's feeling not
sure.
good about it.
Which is fair, girlfriend.
So chapter 11,
This is so good.
I love this trope. The stupid dream trope.
I know, having a bad dream and then being woken up and taken care of.
Yes, why is that so good?
And then he's so sweet with Tip because Tip is all scared and went to get Jaren because Kiva was having a bad dream. And Jaren was like, go get Orel and go get a sneaky hot cocoa together and then go to bed. And I'm just like,
Oh my gosh, anytime Tip gets brought up, she's just a puddle.
He's so sweet.
He is.
Jaren is so sweet. And if she betrays him, which she's going to, like, that's where we're at
she
right
already
now.
is.
I'm going to be really upset.
Yeah, so they have this lovely dream scene. I just eat up this trope. He's half naked, and then
Love
Jaren's
a man with must-sleeped
he's
hair.
like hitting her, and he's like taking it. Oh, yes, I ate this
It
up.
is so good.
It is! And then Jaren saying he dreams of her, like, and not being able to catch her in time and not being able to save her from all the things.
So
and
he's
then,
also, like, relating to her, but all of his scary dreams are about her dying.
and she basically just starts bawling and saying, like, I never thanked you. I'm sorry. I'm just, like, a horrible person.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you probably should have been like, thanks, bro, in the past few weeks.
Yes.
But
and then
whatever.
at this point is kind of, at least for me, I was starting to get over I shouldn't be doing this. But I
Yes.
don't want to. But I shouldn't. but I am. I was
Yes.
like, okay,
Let's
ma'am,
wrap it up here.
I am done.
I almost would have appreciated a little bit more of like the character that I was describing
That
before.
you were expecting. I agree.
Like a little bit of like a evil, more evilness.
I agree. I'm getting done with the back and forth. I'm hoping that comes to a snippet end, which I think it's going to
Oh.
with where we stopped.
Okay. Okay, let's come back to that.
Okay.
Then anyways, she has this weird interaction with the healer Mattis the next day. And Mattis is like, she's like, I'm here to see Ress. And she's like, oh, just like, my memory's so bad. I used to know everyone and I
Yeah.
don't know her. And I'm like, okay, so Ress is a spy.
I literally wrote, oh my God, is Russ a spy?
Yeah.
We're on the same page, 100%. Do we think she's a rebel spy, or do we think that she is a royal spy?
I think she's a rebel spy because when they were in Oak Hollow,
She had to go there for some reason.
Tor said they
her?
knew her.
Okay, I was thinking the same thing. I said, oh my God, she's a spy because the head healer doesn't know who she is.
But then I kind of got confused because they meet and they basically meet up again. She checks in on her and they share their past stories, which hers is also a horrible backstory. And they become very fast friends.
Yeah.
And like she acts like she doesn't know any of it. So maybe she doesn't as a spy though. It's not like she gets that debrief.
But she might not want to blow her cover, because what if she's a spy for Zulika? What if she's one of Zulika's spies and Zulika's like, get close to her, suss out her feelings, and report back? Because they talk about how Tor and Zulika have separate like people that are under their employment.
So yeah, I think definitely sums up with her. But
I agree.
I love their friendship.
Same.
I love
It's
her.
so good.
She's great. Kiva has another glowy moment. And they make a plan to go to Oak Hollow the next day.
She sees her have the glowing moment, right?
But yes, she
And she
kind of
doesn't,
sees it, but then she's like, oh, it was a trick of the light.
Yeah. But I think that Russ knows.
I think she knows too. I mean, I think she's, what do they call that? Just like,
Playing down?
no.
Brushing it under the rug?
Sure. Yes. Humoring her. I think
Oh,
she's humoring
okay.
her. There it is, people.
There it is!
Then chapter 12, she runs into Nari before she goes to Oak Hollow, and Nari warns her.
Yes.
And is
To
like,
be
"Bitch."
nervous. There's a bunch of extra guards on the road, but guards can't get to you fast enough. Part of me's kind of like, Nari, do you have a feeling? Like, what's going on?
Okay, so you think Nari's kind of sus here.
I don't think that Nari's sus. I think Nari might be starting to get a touch weary with Kiva, potentially. Like, what are you making these
Which her
trips
job
for?
sounds so stressful. I would not want to be in
no.
charge of Jaren. Unless we
neither.
were banging. I mean, what else is she getting out of this?
No. Nothing.
Title. Okay, and then, so they travel to Oak Hollow.
Nice prosthetic.
And she gets to the tippled boar.
Something like that.
And it literally reminded me of Tangled. The duck.
Oh, what is it? The golden duck or
that's
something?
how I pictured
The rubber
bar.
duck.
Yeah, it's something
That's
dumb.
hilarious. And then the drunk in there too, picturing that old man in the boat.
That's literally
That is
where my
so
head was at.
good.
Yeah, so then there's this weird drunk man. He knows her mother. There's
Yeah.
this weird bartender. The whole scene was weird.
Yeah, and the bartender is like, "Are you gonna buy something?"
Yeah, it's
and
just
then
weird.
she kind of gets to know her more, tells her what they're there for, and then the drunk, I feel like, is gonna come back because she's like, "Is my mother someone who would come and get him?" So he talks about how people would always come and get him and care for him. So, like, who is this man?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't put too much thought into it, but then she writes this wild code.
Yeah, and he's like, "What the f-?"
I love reading the code in person because for so long in that first book I listened and then I actually saw the code and I'm like, what?
It is crazy.
Who made this code?
And they talk about in the first book how they made it when they were kids. And it's literally a bunch of like triangles and swirls and semicolons.
squiggles,
And
yeah.
yeah, it's insane.
Anyway, so then Tor arrives and brings her to the camp.
Yes. And we find out, like, Tor's, like, really worried about why she's there, what's going on, like, do you need anything? He's actually being a caring brother.
In chapter 13, they kind of jump into, again, how Tor and her were always close as
Yes.
kids. Zuli's continuing to be a mega
bitch.
bitch.
What's
they
new?
get to this huge camp. Like, it's huge.
Yeah.
And they go into this big giant tent. Zulika's there, and Zulika's like, "Why are you here? Why would you risk this
That's
whole
how
thing?"
she sounds in the audiobook, too.
Her and Cresta sound the same.
Yes. And
It's like,
also, at this point, too, Kiva doesn't even know how they ended up being rebels. They haven't filled her in at all. So Kiva's like, how did you guys even end up here? Like, what's going on?
and
I'm
she's
so
like, "What?
confused.
You came all this way for story time?" And just
Being
literally
a bitch.
She is. And then this is where she was just calling her selfish, that she got to sit in prison
Yeah.
and she's just had it easy. And I'm like, and at this point, Kiva is not sticking up for herself.
No.
Like, I wanted her to slam her and be like, really?
Yeah.
Being in a death prison was just the best
Being alone in the death prison.
for 10 years?
Well, after I watched Dad die after being in there for 6 months, and then I was by myself after that. Fuck you.
So we're learning that Zulika's so pissed because she blames Kiva for her mother and father's death.
Yeah, because she didn't use her healing magic to heal them both.
And because her mom decided to go in after her.
And save her.
And she's pissed
And
about
that's
that.
Kiva's fault.
Like, she is so hard for me. Like,
No, I have no interest in her. I don't want to see a redemption
yes,
arc.
me too.
She's pissing me off.
She's too far gone.
And she also gives this, like, later on, this lame-ass apology.
Lame-ass apology. And then the other thing that's really hard for me with her is it just feels like she's super resentful towards everyone. Like, she's super resentful for Kiva even having magic and her not. She even is resentful that Tor's general people respect him.
Yeah.
Like, she's, like, pissy about that.
She thinks that she should be in charge. Is this the one, too, where we find out that, Tilda, the reason she went to go save Kiva is because she wanted Kiva to be in charge.
Yes.
Because Kiva has the healing magic.
Yes.
And Zulika, not fucking happy about it.
No, she was just pissy.
Which, like, I can get that part of it. Doesn't want to be a leader. Kiva hasn't been here for 10 years. She doesn't know the people. She doesn't know what's going on. I can get being like, I'm the one who's been here working. But being actually mad at Kiva is insane.
Insane.
You should be
and
mad at
actually
your
calling
mom.
her selfish.
Yeah, no,
and
absolutely
just, like, blaming them
not.
for the deaths. And, like, Kiva does try to say, like, our dad made me promise not to.
Use it. And then she gets pissed because she's like, you just use it on some random little boy.
Yes.
And I'm like, you don't even know who that is. You don't know what Kiva's had to do. You don't understand that this is basically Kiva's, not that he is, but her replacement brother.
And
Oh.
the other thing, too, is so we find out here that Cresta is one of her spies.
Yep.
And Cresta spun it to be like, yeah, she chose to save Tip over Tilda.
Yep.
Which did not happen.
No. And I'm also kind of like, you know, that's kind of fucked up that Cresta is your spy and she's been treating Kiva like shit.
And then this gets brought up.
Yep.
Because the reason why Cresta threatened Tip's life was because of Zulika.
Yeah, she
told
told
her
him
to
to.
do that.
Yep.
And Kiva gets pissed and is like, I didn't need any extra.
Motivation. She's my mom too.
Yes.
You fucking psycho.
And I just did this ordeal.
Oh.
And then she's trying to defend herself. And then she goes, oh, so what, were you doing an ordeal when Dad died too? And just, like, was a fucking bitch.
Piling on. I was so mad.
It was just, like, irredeemable mad. Like, I'm like, you are an adult.
Like,
And
this
she
isn't
was how old?
a child.
When
'Cause
she was
isn't-
in there.
Is
And
it
she's,
Tor the oldest or is Zulika the oldest?
I don't know. Either way, they're 18,
No.
20s.
They're significantly old. They're older than Kiva. I just, like, if Zulika's the oldest, like, shut the fuck up.
She's 17.
It's so embarrassing.
It is. I don't know. She's really going to
Yeah.
be really hard for me
I have
to-
no interest in her redemption arc.
Yes, same. And then she's just like, anyone who stands against us is an enemy and deserves no mercy. Like, and Kiva's kind of like, well, what about all these innocents? Like, we
Yeah.
kind of learned that Tilda was healing people, and then all of a sudden would only heal people if they joined. And that felt very icky to
Yeah.
me. Very icky.
And this is the point where I'm like, I think I like the Royals better.
Me too. Because this
At
felt
this
like...
point, like, that's like you're bribing people. And of course, all these desperate people in these villages that don't have access to certain things are gonna join your cause if you can heal them.
Yeah, and she knew that, and they exploited it. And then they literally said, like, they did kill people, innocent people, if they didn't stand with them.
Which, like, that's crazy too.
And that's why I'm saying, like, why were you being this aggressive if you didn't even know, like, have a real plan to take the throne? Like, what was the plan?
And I
then?
guess my other thing that, like, was annoying too is, like, we're being this aggressive for a cause that the only reason we joined was because of vengeance. Not because you wanted the crown. Just because, like, and again, horrible that your child died. Horrible that your other child got sent to a prison with your husband. But, like, why are we killing people now? Killing innocent people like your son was, and like your husband was, to get to a crown that you really don't even fucking want.
Yeah.
I just...
It
didn't
lost
make any
me.
sense.
It lost me
Yes.
here. When they were... The second she said... Yeah, like, oh, we're only healing. It just felt like icky
Yeah.
church vibes almost.
Yes. And then Kiva was like, well, do you expect me to heal
Not that
people?
all churches are bad. I'm not saying that, but it just felt like a culty
No,
weirdness.
it felt like you have to give me something for me to give you something.
Yeah.
It felt like a gross exchange.
It didn't feel
That's not
like...
supposed to be that way. If you're a rebel fighting against oppression, you welcome people with open arms and offer things to people so they understand that you're different. It's not, well, what are you going to do for me?
And there was a lot to unpack in this
Yes.
chapter. Like, a lot.
Yeah.
And also, like, I'm like, oh, you wanted vengeance, but you couldn't get them out for... Or her out for 10 years? Like, why did you keep saying, we're coming, we're coming? You never came. It sounded like Tor did try.
But that was when
something
Tilda was there.
But something happened.
And then, yeah, Zulika pulled him from there, which...
It just was weird.
No, I'm not interested.
And then she keeps calling her little sister, and it just, every time it just seems like such a slap in the face.
Yeah, because it's like a disrespectful, like, you don't know anything.
Oh, the other thing. So this Galdrick was the cloaked stranger who was originally running the rebels, and that got them in trouble, or whatever. Which I'm like, maybe that was planned. To
get them to spur in?
Yeah.
Not a bad guess.
Anyway, so he's dead, and they presumed him dead because they found his cloak because he ran after Tilda to stop her.
Yes, to stop her from going in.
And it was full of a lot of blood, like too much blood to be
For
able
him
to
to be
live.
alive.
And they presume that Tilda killed him because she wasn't in her right mind, which would check out because she did try to strangle Kiva.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that story feels fishy.
Dead.
Yeah, that feels really weird.
I think that that's somebody else's blood.
Me too.
And they left it there because he didn't want to be tracked.
Something is up there.
No, if you didn't see a body in fantasy, they ain't dead.
And they're just assuming Tilda killed him. Like, that just feels like a stretch.
It's weird. I don't believe it for a fucking second.
Yeah. I don't know. She needs to grow up.
No, a fucking Zulika can suck my dick.
And this is where we also learned that the mask, so the Viper and the Jackal, they always have worn masks because it was Tilda's idea because she just doesn't trust anybody, which it's worked out very well in their favor because there has been spies and nobody knows who they are actually. Anything left on that whole big chapter?
Which I do think that we jumped kind of into 13, but oh wow.
That was 13.
Oh, was it?
14, yeah.
Oh, sick.
So 14, she's finally telling them about how she can't control her magic.
The whole reason she came, not to get bitched out and treated like shit.
Yes.
She's not able to control her magic.
They're so dumb. They pissed me off. And then Zulika's like, go see our crazy grandma. She's an apothecary and fucking hates us and she's nuts.
I literally wrote grandma equals crazy.
That's what they said. They literally said she's crazy. And I guess, like, she's worried that she's part of the quarantine family. So it's Tilda's mom.
Yep.
And Tilda
She
The
hated-
grandma hates Tilda.
Yeah.
And doesn't want anything to do with the kids and is like, get off my property type of thing.
Yeah, I told you not to come back here.
Because I guess Tilda wants this family heirloom dagger.
Yes.
I don't know what it does. What does it do?
I don't think they really went into detail about what it does. Did they?
No, but they really want it.
Which I'm sure it'll come into play. We'll learn more about it because I'm sure it does something.
Yeah. And we find out that her mom used to use their magic. Like, she never repressed it.
Yeah, she always did little magic is what she called it.
Yeah.
And
So-
Kiva's like, well, how the fuck do you do that?
So I'm like, well, why doesn't she just start, like, healing random shit?
That's
Like,
kind
I
of
don't
what I was thinking.
understand
Because
what
that's
this
literally what
issue
she said
is.
that Tilda did. Would heal small cuts, small
When
bruises.
people were sleeping.
Or, like, yeah, stuff that they wouldn't
Can
notice
you
was gone.
imagine when you saw, like, glowing hands?
I'm literally picturing, like, bright yellow hands over your body. And you wake up and they're like,
yeah.
close your eyes. You're like, what the fuck?
As a kid.
No. That's like my worst nightmare. I think of aliens.
So they kind of have this discussion about how Kiva's magic is either weaker or way stronger than her mom's too.
Because if she can't control, which that didn't make sense to me, but I'm just gonna move on.
Some of this YA stuff you gotta just loosen.
You gotta be like, it's YA. We're moving on.
It's loose. And then Zulika's like, you have to choose. Like, you're currently on both sides, I can tell, like, you have to choose.
Yeah.
And then...
Which again, from a rebel standpoint, this is
It's
the one
fair.
time where I'm like, I get it.
I also think she should figure her shit out.
I
Like,
agree.
you need to decide what side you're on.
And then this is also where she tells them about the royal, what is it, turn or something.
What is up? Why do you have ripped out?
Because I left my book at work and I needed to get new ones. Stop looking at them.
I am judging.
I told you to stop looking at them.
Anyway.
The royal turnery. This is where she tells them about the royal turnery. Don't look at them. Getting insecure now.
And then it's this really weird thing because she says, yeah, I found out without the royal turnery, there's no way they can reclaim the throne. And they both go like, well, first she asks them, have you ever heard of them? And they're like, royal turnery, like the royal 3?
Yeah.
Question mark. And then she says the context, and then they both like freeze.
Yeah.
And then they pretend like they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So what's going
What does
on
that
there,
mean?
Sam?
I don't know what's going on there.
But do you think they know? Did you get that vibe? Like they know what it is?
I think that they know, and part of me is like, do we think it requires a sacrifice of like one of 3 siblings when a new thing comes on?
My first thing was the 3 siblings.
Okay.
Like the royal for 3 siblings.
So do you think that like one of them 3 has to die for them to like legitimately take the throne?
No, I didn't. I just think they all have to be a part of it somehow.
Okay.
I didn't think about any death.
No death.
Why are we sacrificing
Well, I'm thinking
people?
of this dagger. This sacred dagger.
Oh, I thought like blood.
Okay, like a palm thing. Okay, I gotcha.
But yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, and then after that, they're talking about that Zulika gets like super cagey with Tor.
Yes. Like, so basically, this is where, before she leaves, Zulika gives her this half-assed
It's
apology.
horrible.
And it was only because she told her a bunch of very vital
Yeah,
information.
because she shared all the stuff she learned in the meeting.
Yes. And so then Zulika was all happy, and she's like, oh.
I knew you'd choose us, basically. And I'm like,
But
"Ugh."
also, like, she tried to apologize and physically couldn't do it and
Yeah.
ended up talking shit about Nari. And then she goes, oh, I'm not doing this right. I need to start over. And it was just...
It was half-assed and gross.
It was horrible, and it sucked. And she does leave out, Kiva leaves out a couple of things.
She leaves out the emergency exit thing. She does not tell them about Jaren's power. Which I feel like those are 2 huge things.
Yeah, which I was happy she didn't
I
say
agree.
everything.
Do you think that she is going to tell them about his power? I do.
I don't know.
Okay.
I hope not.
I hope not, too. I hope I'm wrong.
I don't know how they're going to come back from that. I just don't know.
I don't know either.
Anyways, so then she's all happy, and, like, on the way back with Tor is like, well, she wasn't always like this.
Yeah.
Like she wasn't always like this. Her and mom were super, super close. They used to go on these walks all the time. They did everything together. And then all of a sudden she's got, like you said, been super secretive, been super
Yeah.
weird. And just said, like, she's has all of a sudden she like won't tell me, won't fill me in on stuff, makes her own decisions. She has spies that I don't know about. Like,
Yeah, which is why I think Reese is one of her spies. And then I also, at this point, we learned that Tor's not even sure he believes in this anymore.
yeah. Which is so fair.
Which also, another red flag for me where I'm like, okay, well then do we want to be with the royals?
Yeah, it's a red flag for me too, because
If the leader?
if I wasn't like in Tor's standpoint, I'd be like, what are we doing?
For
like
what?
what is our cause actually?
Yeah.
'Cause-
Like, literally for what? Because my thing now is, okay, next in line is Jaren. Our sister is in love with Jaren. So Jaren is obviously a good guy. So we can make this union between the rebels and the royals. Which that's where I think that the end of this book is going to go.
Me too! Oh my gosh, I just have that written down!
And then I think that they're going to be fighting against
Look at us. Is this book
Melvin.
too predictable? Is that why we're on the same page about
Probably.
everything?
YA, man.
I literally put, I kind of feel like gang is going to have to come together to defeat bigger problems.
Yes.
And I would be
Melvin.
into it.
Yeah. And that's literally what I wrote.
Mirvin, yes. On her janky.
You know what? I literally wrote, I wish that it would have been them versus a bigger problem than the rebels versus the kingdom and then us switching to another problem. Does that make sense?
Yes. And I think part of it is we haven't seen a real issue with the royals besides her one family scenario. If we were seeing other real life scenarios, like let's say people getting whipped in the streets or some shit.
Or like only the rich are eating and there's like a shitload
like
of slums.
a real
and-
problem. Like I'm not
Yes.
like all they discuss when they're out in the city is how beautiful it is and how happy everyone is and these beautiful festivals and
I'm thinking of Plated Prisoner when we find out all of the horrible things and all of the horrible slums and cities were there. That makes sense for there to be a rebellion. Right now, I'm not seeing it.
yeah, and so that's why I'm feeling like, okay, I'm like, where is the issue?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Like, don't get me wrong, the way that the queen separated from the healer king, icky, not here for that. That was gross. But outside of that, it's not like there's been this reoccurrence of horrible rulers that they're like counting back from. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's really weird. I'm starting to like, is Tilda kind of bad? Like, is Tilda secretly kind of evil?
I think that, because we kind of learned too, we learned that she had this like rotting disease, and that's why how she went blind and like all this stuff. And part of me is like, did she go kind of crazy? And like that's what happened when she started getting greedy of the like, well, we're not going to heal you if you don't do anything for us. And it was just kind of like eating away at her.
I don't know. It was kind of sad too, because this talk with Tor, they were talking about how when he was a kid, he just wanted to be like a vet and take care of animals, and he nursed his deer back to health. And that this role just doesn't fit him. He's good at it. People respect him, but it's not him.
It's nothing he would have ever picked for himself.
Yeah, and then he's like, but I've committed my life to this cause, and I'll probably die for it, even though I don't even know if I believe in it. I think that's why he sees Kiva so much.
Yeah.
And I really appreciated that honesty moment.
I agree, and it was like really refreshing too, because I don't think we've ever read a book where one of the rebel leaders is like, yeah, I don't know if this is it, man. I was kind of like,
well, now I'm really not into it.
I said, okay, so like I should like Jaren.
Yeah. So confirmed. And then it's kind of weird because Kiva, like, towards the end of this chapter is like, well, I just can't forget what happened to my family. Like, even if it costs me everything, like, I'm going to just stick to this cause.
My other thing about that makes me mad is her dad repeatedly is like, you need to do what's good for you, little mouse. You are this, you are that. The world is so much bigger than yada yada. And I'm like, you really think that your dad wants you to die at the age of 18?
Well, doesn't she talk about how... like, hasn't she said before, like, oh, my dad would have wanted me to go to, like, the academy and stuff? Yeah.
So I don't know. Again, I was very much like, okay, we need to move on from the hemming stuff.
Yeah. Chapter 15. Tip's pissed.
This was so funny to me. And I get it. She gets home and he's like, you've been gone all day.
Where have you been?
Yeah. Where have you been, Missy? Your curfew was 2 hours ago.
Yeah, and this is where the point where I'm starting to get really sad and mad at Kiva for like the inevitable fallout for
That
him.
this is going to have, yeah. For Tip or...
Tip.
It is going to have. Because do you
For
think
Tip.
that Tip is going to stay with them and then she's going to get separated from him? Or do you think that Tip's going to get dragged out with her?
Either way, it's gonna
be
bad.
devastating. Because he's like...
And I'm like, Kiva, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of pissing me off. Like, why did you say, yeah, I'll be your guardian if you were just gonna, like, fuck him around?
Which is fair.
Because either way, like, him losing you is gonna devastate him. Now, him losing this, like, really nice
Family,
life he has set up.
I'm with you. I was like...
And then he paints this sweet portrait of Jaren and her holding hands, him there too, Phlox is there, and then all the people from the palace in the background.
He's making his own family portrait and she's like, oh no, what am I doing? Like, she's also reflecting on this of like, what am I doing?
But then continues to just be like, la la la.
I'm really hoping that she doesn't betray and she decides to pick the royals.
Me too.
Because I also don't want to do the back and forth of, I can't forgive you, but I should forgive you, but I can't. Just for them to end up getting married and having to fight a bigger cause. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If we have to do the, bigger war's coming.
I'm really liking this take from you. I was not feeling that way. I mean, I was, but I think I was just in the mindset of like, whatever. But yeah, it is kind of annoying.
Again, I understand that it's like hard, but your legit brother who has been doing this for 10 years said,
yeah, I know. It feels like a no-brainer.
At that point, it would have been like, so should I stay where I'm at? I got silk sheets there. Should I be staying?
Yeah, I know. But then she's like, no. Like, what they did to my family.
And part of me feels like Tor was low-key being like, don't join. Like, I feel like that's what that conversation was. I understood he's like, yeah, I'll probably die for it. But part of me felt like he was kind of being like, I don't know if this is right.
Mm-hmm. And then Jaren, he's like, you're perfect just as you are. Like, he's just so in love with her.
He's so in love with her. He is down bad.
And then he, like, sets up this family meeting or family dinner so that Tip and Kiva can get to know the family better.
Yeah.
And so they don't feel left out. Like, they're so inclusive.
I know.
And I'm like, you're actively fucking over every single one of these people right now.
This is the first time that we meet the king.
For someone who's a literal bitch to you.
Yeah, literally. I can't.
Yeah, we meet the king.
Pissed.
Go on. I really thought the king was going to be a fucking bastard. And
I
then he
did
wasn't. He's nice.
We also found out that the king was a commoner. The queen married a commoner because she fell in love with them.
Like, I don't see the issue here.
I don't either. And then she hugs him, or she shakes his hand, and she figures out he's sick.
Like, terminally
ill, sick. And I'm like, because you know what? I know someone who could heal him.
I know. I literally put, do we think that she's going to heal him?
I could see this also being a point of contention for Jaren and her. Magic's going to out itself after the king dies.
Yeah.
And he's going to be like, you could have saved my dad.
Oh, I thought she was going to get discovered by trying to help him at some point. That was going to get shaken up in the plot there.
I feel like it's YA. Something's going to happen where they have a tiff and break up for a little bit. I just don't know what's going to cause it. If it's outing his secrets, not saving his dad, her joining the rebel side.
Anyway, so this king is so nice and he's so genuine and he's just like, oh, I love you two together. Like, I'm gonna, whatever, it's great. They're telling these stories. It's fun. Like, life's good.
And, like, they're so close to the royal guard that they call him uncle. Like, it's literally one big family.
So Varys, yeah, and then Nari's there.
Yep.
Like, they invite, it's very inclusive.
Yeah, it's not like the guards are here because they're standing guard. No,
And
they're
this
eating
is,
dinner
like,
with us.
Varys is a really, like, he's laughing.
Yeah.
He's just a good guy.
Or
Like,
he's like, Uncle Aaron, can I learn how to fight from you? And he's like, yeah, little scamp. Basically, like, they're wholesome as shit.
and again, she keeps throwing in there that it's genuine. You know, in some books where they're like, yeah, she was, like, nice, but also she, like, was evil.
There's a look in her eye.
Yeah,
Where
the look.
This is like everybody was warm and friendly and looked like they all gave really good hugs.
Yeah. Oh, and then we find out Nari's backstory a little bit,
Yes.
which I also think is going to come back into play.
Yeah, I do too.
Maybe not, but basically as a teen, she escaped from this deadly arena where you
Yep.
fight to the death, basically.
Basically like the Colosseum. And the king saves her and was like, yeah, I figured like we could like get her trained in and she can do something with her life and live. What's the issue? Why are we even thinking about joining the
That's
rebel
what I mean,
cause?
like, do you think something at the end, maybe like the royals are actually like these
Gonna
horrible
be like,
people?
dun dun dun,
Yeah.
slave cages in the bottom.
Like, what if Kiva picks their side and then they're like,
We caught you, bitch. They're like,
okay,
we
we
knew
got
the entire
10%.
time. We're at 1%?
No, 10, we're good.
Oh, fuck.
Stay with us, folks. Stay
We're
with
almost
us.
done anyways. But yeah, and then that's basically, I literally wrote my last thing. This dinner is so wholesome. That was my last comment for that.
Yeah. And I'm worried about, so at this point, she's starting to worry about Nari, too, catching on. Because she's like, oh my gosh, I really like Nari. I have all this respect for her.
Which again,
Like, what am I gonna
why
do?
are we giving all of these relationships up? For your shitty sister!
I know. I'm still curious about Nari's arm, too. Like, I hope we get that
How
story.
she lost it?
Yeah.
Because she showed up with both limbs, right? They didn't say anything about her leaving the Colosseum. I'm just assuming it's a
Coliseum. She fought a lion.
Like maybe the lion got her.
No, she said it was protecting someone she loved.
Yeah.
Which maybe was the lion. Chapter 16, they have this kind of... Jaren and Kiva have this midnight chat.
Yes, and I literally wrote guilt trip again. Get me off this boat.
Yeah.
My eyes twitching.
Like some more Phlox love.
Yes, Phlox. I'm in love with him. And then we kind of get the backstory behind him.
Yes.
That he was a gift from another, like, royal family.
Someone who has the hots for Jaren.
Which, I mean, fair.
But one of the big things that I took out of this chapter was I was wondering what, and so was Kiva, what her mother promised King Navik.
Yes.
Because they said in order to send her to the prison, she had to bargain all this stuff. And then Jaren was talking about how they had tried everything. Like things that they have wanted, Miravan has wanted forever. And they wouldn't take it.
You want to know what my prediction is? Kiva's hand. In marriage. To marry into the royal line.
Did that just come to you now?
No. I was thinking that during the book. And that's why she went to get her. So I think that Kiva is engaged without knowing that she is engaged. Because technically they're marrying into the royal line then.
Her mother would be pretty freaking evil.
Yeah. But that was my guess there. Because if you are offering him all of these things and he's not taking them, and we know that Jaren's the heir and the sister's not the heir, so you don't get anything from marrying her. Whereas Kiva is legit the heir to the throne if they take it over.
Yeah, I don't know. Then we find out that the king does have a terminal illness.
And I literally wrote,
illness.
like, just save the king and move on.
Yeah, come on. Let's figure this shit out. Then she falls asleep and he carries her to bed.
And he's in love and Kiva's backstabbing him.
Then chapter 17, she's getting to sword train now with Cal.
Yes.
Life's good. Cal's... Oh, and so... Jaren has to leave for 4 days, so he's gone, and Cal is basically babysitting her.
Yeah, he's cock blocking her from running out to talk to her siblings and going to see grandma.
Well, yeah, she's like, I'm gonna go see grandma, this will be great, and then Cal kind of ruins her
It's like,
plans.
let me give you a tour of the city.
And it's actually really sweet because
it's so sweet.
He planned out all these things that she would really like, oh, there's this
Yeah.
apothecary coffee shop,
Yeah.
like all these things.
He's trying to make it enjoyable for her.
And she makes up this like weird plan, and she's like, oh, I got like my period, I have to go see Ress for stuff. And then Ress helps her make this drug concoction to put
Knock
Cal
him
to
out.
sleep,
Yes.
which I'm like, this is your best plan?
I have no words. And then, so she goes through and she gets it all taken care of, and then she's just about to leave, and fucking Tip comes in and catches her in the act. Cal's probably in his chair like this.
Yeah, Cal is conked out.
And
like
of course,
conked.
sweet Tip, we're in this together, gets Cal a blanket and a pillow. He's like, I've got your cover story. She is gonna fuck him up. God damn it.
She is. It's sad. And Tip was like judging her hardcore. He's like, so your best plan was to literally like drug her.
Yeah, like, what
Or
are we
drug
doing
him.
here?
But also, like, I support you. And she lays on the manipulative guilt to
Oh,
him and
yeah,
goes,
she does.
well, like, I haven't seen my family. And I hate that shit when she, like, purposely cries.
I know, I didn't like it either.
Or purposely.
Especially because if she would have just been straight up with Tip, Tip still would have just helped her.
Yeah.
Not impressed, Kiva.
Then at the end, she leaves for grandma's.
These are crazy.
I have
ass
one
grandma.
question. We have a lot of predictions. It sounds like a
Yes.
lot of similar ones. What do you think the grandma's guard dog is? Tor said, oh, she has a weird
don't
guard
remember.
dog that bites.
I don't know, it's gonna be something
You
weird.
don't want to get bit by it or something.
It's gonna be something weird. I don't know. I'm not ready.
Anyways, should we skip our game? We're running out of battery here.
Probably.
Thank you. We'll see you in a
Yes.
couple Wednesdays for the second half. We'll
Yeah.
be finishing it.